I have no idea. Let's see.
I'm not really sure. I know I've learned this before. Bunch of gods, like thousands of gods.
Or separate or solitary kind of worship.
Them,
Like specific and like strict religion for them.
It almost strikes me as a more personalized religion as opposed to more like mass worship.
Very like ritualistic.
Few main ones, and they have many forms, I think.
One, I think.
There's a lot.
Yeah, I feel like there's probably more than one.
7 is the number that comes to mind.
300,000.
I don't think there is much of a woman's role.
Right, I have to agree.
I thought they had more like regulations that they had to follow about, you know, how they can their appearances like outside.
Men are like in control of the family.
Not fully subservient, but a lot of the rules of worship probably go to men before women.
To reach like a higher power or
Like the equivalent of our heaven, but I don't know what it would
Right.
be called.
I think it's to achieve a state of almost combination of enlightenment and loss of the self.
Peace and everything, and you know, like unity, getting along with others.
Achieve enlightenment. It's to escape the cycle of reincarnation.
I believe it's a sort of meditation that they use to kind of reach that higher
Yeah,
power.
like to get closer to their gods.
Is it different than in America?
I had to take a guess. It would just have to do with, you know, getting more in touch with yourself and peacefulness.
To do with relaxation and meditation?
All I know about yoga is it's like stretching and stuff like that.
Everything like kind of comes back to you.
Do you do something, it comes back around.
Yeah, like if you do something good, then you'll get something good in return.
Like the earth or something, or just like nature will have something good happen to you and vice versa for negative things.
Yeah, you reap what you sow.
Good person. Good revolutionary. Yeah, positive not only for like
Non-violence, so that's
Right.
good.
He's just a dude, and I think he like lived by a tree, and he was homeless or something, and had all these religious beliefs.
It's a fairly substantial row, and how you're reincarnated depends on what you do in your current life.
You know, they believe they come back in like a different, you know, different lifestyle, different form, and experiencing life in a different way.
It's interesting. I mean, every religion has some symbolic form. I mean, there's happens to be like a living organism. So, yeah.
I have no idea what a cow does.
Probably more common than we know, but we just don't see it very often, maybe.
Right. But yeah, I feel like we do have a majority of like Christianity, so it's definitely a minority.
I wouldn't say it's extremely prevalent, but you know, I'm sure there's certainly a lot of different factions that do believe in Hinduism around the U.S.
Actual practitioners of Hinduism, I don't think it's very prevalent, but you have a lot of people who try and find some aspect of spirituality in their life. They often turn to Hinduism as sort of guiding lights in that respect.
I feel like it has to be at least slightly similar. Like they worship a god and have they have certain beliefs and certain things they have to follow.
Certain rituals that they, same thing.
Specific like god that you worship and everything, and like you have, you know, specific like, you know, ceremonies and everything. But like each one is different in like beliefs and the practices that you do.
Not very similar to Western religions. I believe it shares a lot with Buddhism and some of its core concepts because Buddhism stemmed from Hinduism, my understanding. So there's overlap, they're still distinct, but they share some similarities.